So these are topic tests which are designed to help you gauge your level of preparation. These topic tests should ideally be taken once you have covered the basic concept related to a topic. Uh, the video then should be looked once you have gone through the entire test. So once you have an idea of how the test was, that this video comes into play where we talk about the analysis of the overall test, then question-wise analysis, the time that should have been taken, and the overall attemptable questions in the test. If you like the video and the test, there are more than 200 such topic tests available for all topics across the QA section on the Bodhee Prep Android app, the description for which is in the link below. This specific video is about the topic ratio and proportion, and the specific test is test number 5, as mentioned in the app. Overall, this test was a moderate level of difficulty test. A good attempt would have been net 6 questions correct out of 10. And if you're attempting all questions, or at least trying to attempt all questions, some time will be wasted in questions that we may not be able to solve or we get wrong. But I think overall about 24 minutes, 21 to 24 minutes will be required to make a decent attempt. Net 6 questions correct is what we're looking at for a 95 odd percentile. Looking at the questions, question number 1. Question 1 says, A started a business with a capital of 500 rupees. After 2 months, B joined with 400. 6 months after that, business started, C joined with 800. Is the total profit at the end of the year. So if we look at ABC, again, the investment or the amount invested is 500, 400 and 800. So we can say it is in the ratio 5:4:8. And if we look at the time, A was invested for the entire 12 months, the entire year. B joined after 2 months, so 2 short of 12. And C joined 6 months after the business started. 12 minus 6, that is 6. So the ratio of time will be divided by 2. 6:5:3. To avoid confusion, I'm removing this number. So ratio of investment 5:4:8. Ratio of time 6:5:3, and therefore the profit will be divided in the ratio of investment into time. So for A it becomes 6 5s are 30, for B it becomes 5 4s are 20, for C it becomes 5 8 3s are 24. The total profit is 444. Find the share of ABC. So A gets 30 upon 30 plus 20 50 plus 20 74 into 444. Now 74 is nothing but 37 into 2. And 4 is nothing but 111 into 4. 111 is 37 into 3 into 4. So 37 cancel. 2 and 2 cancel. So we'll get a 6 from here. 6 into 30 is 180. So that becomes the share for A. B will be 20 upon 74 into 444, which will again be 6 times. So 6 into 20, 120 will be the share of B. C will be similarly 24 upon 74 into 444, which will be 24 into 6, which will be 144. Hence, option A becomes the answer. As you can see, it's a pretty straightforward question, simple numbers, and therefore this would be an easy question which should be looked at. Should be looked at in the examination. If you're attempting the question outright and not trying to explain it, should not take more than 90 seconds to solve. M, P, and Q together started a business. M invested 6,500 for 6 months, P invested 8,400 for 5 months, and Q invested 10,000 for 3 months. M is the working member for which he gets 5% of total profit. Now, out of 100% profit, M will get 5% profit. So the remaining 95% will be distributed amongst MPK, MPQ, and this distribution will happen in terms of the investment and time. Investment for M is 65, for P is 84, Q is 100. Basically, I'm taking out the 2 zeros away because we're taking the ratio. Time is for M 6 months, for P 5 months, for Q 3 months given in the question. So this 95% will be divided amongst MPQ in the ratio 65 into 60, which is 390. 84 into 5 is 420. 100 into 3 is 300. If we divide this by 30, 13 is to 14 is to 10. 120, 90. And therefore, we can say Q's share will be 13 plus 14, 27 plus 10, 37. So Q's share will be 10 upon 37 of the profit to be divided. Profit to be divided is 95% of the total profit, which is 7400. So 95% of 7400 is to be divided. You will get 10 by 37 of that. Hence, 10 by 37 into 95 by 100 into 7400. 37 2s are 74, 00 cancel. 95 into 2 will be 180, 190 into 10, 1900 is what Q will get option A. Again, easy to moderate question. The numbers are not very difficult. The solving time should also not IT cross 2 odd minutes. Partnership based question could have been looked at in the exam as well. A and B enter into a partnership with 50,000, 60,000 respectively. B joins them after X months, contributing 70,000. B leaves X months before the end of the year. If they share the profit in the ratio 20-18-21. Now there are A, B, C. The money that they have invested in is in the ratio 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. So we can say that the money or investment is in the ratio 5:6:7. Time wise, A is invested for the full year, so 12 months. B leaves X months before the end. So time for B will be 12 minus X. In finishing 12 months, X months were left. And C joined after X months. So for C also time will be 12 minus X. X months short of the whole year. And therefore, if you look at investments, so 5 12s are 60 into 6 into 12 minus X is to 7 into 12 minus X should be their share. But if you look at A and B, we realize A and B are in the ratio 20:18 is to 21 or ABC. If we multiply this by 3, we get 60 is to 54 is to 3, 63. Now these two are equal, therefore these two should be equal. So we can say 6 into 12 minus X is equal to 54. 6 9s are 54, so X is equal to 12 minus 9, which is 3 months. Similarly, if we put X3 here, we'll get 7 into 9, 63. What is the value of X? The value of X is 3. I'll say this question is a moderate sort of a question that solving time, again, will not be too high, probably less than 2 minutes. But there could be some confusion as to how to take the time and how to equate the ratios. And therefore, moderate question. The solving time will not be high because the numbers are easy. A started a business by investing some money and B invested rupees 5,000 more than A. A invested some money, B invested 5,000 more than A, so A plus 5,000. A remained in the business for 5 months and B remained in business 1 month more than A. So if we look at money or investment wise, this is A, this is B. Time wise, A was there for 5 months, B was there for 1 month more, so 5 and 6. Out of the total profit of 26,000, B got 6,000 more than A. If A gets profit of P, B gets profit of 6,000 plus P. And we know that P plus 6,000, the profit that A and B get, should be equal to 26,000 total profit. 26 minus 6 is 20,000. 2P is equal to 20,000, which means P is equal to 10,000. So profit for A is 10,000 rupees. For B is 10 plus 6, 16,000 rupees. Now, we know that profit is divided in the ratio investment into time. For A, investment into time will be 5A. For B, it will be 6 into A plus 5,000. And we know that this is the ratio of profit that A and B will get, which we've already calculated as 10,000 upon 16,000. 0, 0 cancel. 2 5s are, 2 8s are. Therefore, 5A, 5 and 5 can also be cancelled. Now we can cross multiply. So 8A is equal to 6A plus 30,000, which means 2A is equal to 30,000, which means A is equal to 30 by 2, 15,000. So investment by A is 15,000, by B would be 5,000 more, therefore 20,000. Option D becomes the answer. Again, typically in partnership questions, if the investment and times are mentioned, those are the questions I feel are the easier ones. If values amongst investment and time are missing and the ratio of profit is given, the level of difficulty for those questions is a bit higher. And then depending upon the values, numbers mentioned, the calculation time would be divided. In this question, I think the calculation time will not be high. But since the investment was not given, therefore I am calling it a moderate level question. In a business, B invests half the amount invested by A. B invests half the amount. After 6 months from the start of this business, C joins the business with equal amount, with an amount equal to twice of B's investment. After 8 months from the start of the business, B withdraws completely from the business. If at the end of the year C's share is 2460. So if you look at ABC's investment for the money, B invested half the amount invested by A. So if A invested 2x, B invested x. And C joins the business with an amount equal to twice of B's investment, therefore twice of x, which is 2x. If we look at time, A was invested for the entire 12 months. After 6 months from the start. So B joined 6 months after the start, therefore for 6 months. And after 8 months from the start of the business B withdraws. So B remained invested for 8 months. We can take the ratio here as 6:4:3 if we want for time. And therefore, the ratio in which money will be divided will be 6 2s are 12. 12x is to 4x is to 6x. 3 2s are 6, which becomes a ratio of 6 is to divided by 2x. 6 is to 2 is to 3. This is the ratio in which money will be divided. What was the total profit received in that year? From here, we can see that the share that C will get will be 3 upon 6 plus 2, 8 plus 3, 11 of the total profit. Total profit. And therefore, the total profit required is nothing but the share that C gets into 11 by 3. The share that C gets is 2460. And that should be my answer. Now, if I look at the options, I realize that the answer has to be multiple of 11. This number is not a multiple of 11, neither is this, neither is this. Only this number seems to be a multiple of 11. So ideally that should be my answer. Anyways, 8 3s are 24. 820 multiplied by 11 is 0, 209, 9020. Therefore, the total profit for the year is 9020, which is option C. Again, since one of the values amongst investment was not given, therefore I am saying a moderate question. But if you look at the numbers, they're easy. Solving time will not cross, or ideally should not cross, 2 odd minutes. The length, breadth, and height of a room are in the ratio 3:2:1. If the breadth and height are halved and the length is doubled. So let the initial length, breadth, height initially, we have to half the breadth and height. Let this be 6:4:2. So basically multiplying the entire thing by 2 and then taking the ratio, because for the new length, breadth, height, I'll have to half the number, so I'll not get fraction. This is the old length, breadth, height. The new length, breadth, height is breadth and height are halved. So breadth and height are halved, the length is double. So I multiply 6 by 2 is 2, breadth becomes 4 by 2, height becomes 2 by 2. So the new numbers are in the ratio 12:2:1. We have then the total area of the 4 walls in the room will be. Now, if we look at the 4 walls in the room, the 4 walls will be such that the height will be used, the length will be used for these 2 walls. Here, the height will be used and the breadth will be used. So basically, the area of the 4 walls is twice into height into length plus height into breadth. So height into length will be the area of 2 walls, and height into breadth will be the area of the other 2 walls, and that is how we get the area of the 4 walls. Area of the floor and the top is basically length into breadth. So anyways, the old area will become 2 into length, breadth, height. L into H, which is 12, 6 2s are 12, plus L into B into H, which is 8. So 2 into 12 plus 8 is 8 plus 10, 12, 20 into 2, 40. In the new case, area will be 2 into HL plus HB, which will be 2 into height and length. 12 ones are 12, height and breadth, 2 ones are 2. So 2 into 12 plus 2 is 14, which is 28. Therefore, we see that the area goes from 40 to 28. So a decrease of 40 minus 28, which is 12, on a base of 40 into 100. So this becomes 4 3s are 12. Hence, a decrease by 30% is what is going to happen in this case. Again, if I look at the level of difficulty of this question, I'd say it's a easy to moderate question. For sure, you would have come across such questions in other sources as well while practicing. Might take a bit of time because there are two sets of different calculations that have to be made. But I think conceptually an easy question. Each of ABC has some chocolates with them, such that the ratio of total number of chocolates with A and C to those of with A and B, to those with. So if the number of chocolates with ABC is ABC respectively, we can say A plus C upon A plus B is equal to 5 by 4. With the ratio of total number of chocolates with B and C to those with C and A. So B plus C upon A plus C is given by 6 by 5. We see that A plus C in both of the fractions corresponds to 5. And therefore, what we can do is we can assume A plus C to be 5x. Therefore, A plus B here will come out to 4x. And since A plus C is 5x here, B plus C will correspond to 6x from the second fraction or ratio. Which of the following is the ratio of number of chocolates with B and C? We have to find the number of chocolates with B and C. So we add these three. Twice of A plus B plus C comes to 6, 4, 10, 15x, which means A plus B plus C is equal to 15 by 2x, which is nothing but 7.5x. Now, if you want to find B, what we do is we say A plus B plus C is 7.5x. If we subtract A plus C from here, the value of A plus C is 5x. If we subtract this, we will get B is equal to 2.5x. Similarly, A plus B plus C is 7.5x. If we subtract A plus B from here, A plus B is 4x. The difference will come out to 3.5x, which will be C. Therefore, the ratio of B and C, number of chocolates with B and C, will be 2.5x upon 3.5x. X and X cancel, divide by 0.5, so 5 upon 7. Hence, option A. Not a difficult question, but because of the language, confusion might arise. Otherwise, calculations are not very difficult, especially because A and C in both the fractions is same. Otherwise, we would have to match them as well. Overall, a moderate question should not take more than 2 minutes to solve. A, B, and C invested money in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 5 in a business. After 4 months, A doubled his investment, and after 6 months, B halved his investment. After 6 months, if the total profit at the end of the year is 34650, then find the share of profit of each in profit. Now, money is divided in the ratio is invested in the ratio 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 5. We try to get a integral sort of a ratio from here. So multiply this by 30. The ratio will be 30 by 2 is to 30 by 3 is to 30 by 5, which will come out to 15 is to 10 is to 6. And therefore, we can say for the first 4 months, because after this, the money is going to change, time investment by ABC. The first 4 months, investment remains same. Then A doubles the investment. And after 6 months, so 2 months go by, B changes the investment for the next 6 months. The investment remains the same. The investment for the first months are 15 is to 10 is to 6. At this point, A doubles, it becomes 30, B remains the same, C remains the same. After 6 months, B halved his investment. A will remain the same, B will become half, C will remain the same. So if we look at ABC, the investment for A will be 15 into 4, 30 into 2, 30 into 6, which will be 30 into 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This will come out to 300. 180, 60, 60. For B, it will be 10 into 4, plus 10 into 2 plus 5 into 6. So this will be 10 again, 4, 7, 8, 9. This will come out to 90. 40, 60, 30. 40. For C, it will be 6 into 4 plus 6 into 2 plus 6 into 6, which will be 72 because it's 6 plus 12. 6 into 12. Therefore, if you look at ABC, their ratio of investments or ratio of profit will be 300 is to 90 is to 72. We can divide this by 6. 50 is to 15 is to 12. And therefore, the profit of A will be 50 upon this is 27 and 50. 77. 50 upon 77 of 34650. This will be the profit that A will get. If we divide 34650 by 77, 5 plus 4, 9, 9. This is divisible by 11 first of all. 11 threes are 33. 1, 6, 11 ones are 11. 3150. This will be divided by 7. 7, 450. So A will get 450 into 50, which will be 22500. B will get 90 into 450. 90 into 450 will be not 90, 15 into 450, sorry. B's share will be 15 upon 77 into 34650, which will be 34650, which will be 15 into 450. 15 into 450 will come out to 4500 plus half of that, which will be 2250, 6750. And therefore, this becomes the answer, option C. And therefore, C will get 12 upon 77 of 34650, which is 12 into 450. 4500 plus 900, C will get 5400. Hence, option C. Again, here the investment and times were mentioned. We just had to calculate the ratio of the profit. These questions, I think, technically are easy. The only thing is, first of all, the language might be a little confusing as to how much time is to be taken for each of them. Secondly, the calculation might take time and errors can happen there. Otherwise, conceptually, not a very difficult question, but because of the calculation, the time to attempt increases. A, B, and C are partners in a business partnership. A invested 4,000 for whole year. A invested 4,000 for 12 months. Investment time. B invested rupees 6,000 initially, but increased investment up to 8,000 at the end of 4 months. So basically, there are different time involved. So we will look at the time for which the investment is constant and then work upon it. C invested 8,000 but withdrew 2,000 at the end of 9 months. Okay. So if you look at A, B, C, all the investment are in thousands. So that ratio can be taken overall. And we look at time. A invested 4,000 for the whole year. So I'm taking investment as 4. B invested in rupees 6,000 initially, but increased investment up to 8,000 at the end of 4 months. So for the first 4 months, B had also invested 6,000 rupees. Beyond this, B went to 8,000 rupees. Increase investment to 8,000 at the end of 4 months, while C invested 8,000 but withdrew 2,000 at the end of 9 months. So first 4 months, then 5 months is 9. Till this point, C had 8,000 invested, but here removed 2,000, so 6,000 is left. 5 for 9 plus 3, 12 months. A remained at 4,000, B for the last 3 months remained at 8,000. So this become their investment and times. Therefore, we can say for A, investment in time will be 4 into 4 plus 4 into 5 plus 4 into 3, which will be nothing but 4 into 12, which is 48. For B, it will be 6 into 4, 8 into 5, 8 into 3. So 24, 24, 48 plus 40, 88. This is 48. For C, it will be 8 into 4, 8 into 5, 6 into 3. So 32, 40 and 18. 30, 40, 50, 90. Therefore, the ratio becomes 24 is to 44 is to 45. Therefore, A's share will be 24 upon 4, 9, 13. 3, 1, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 123. 24 upon 123 or 16950. This would be the share. 44 plus 45 plus 23 is not 1. This will be 1, 1, 1, 3, not 1, 2, 3. Sorry. A will get 24 upon 80, 100, 188, 130. 113 or 16950. Now 113 or 16950, if we divide 113, 16950. Ones are 113, 6, 5 into 5 will be 565. So this is 150 times. And therefore A will get 24 into 150, 2400 plus 1200, 3600. A gets 3600, so B and C as it is are cancelled. Option. B will get 44. 44 upon 113 into 16950. This is 150 times. So 44 into 150, it will be 4400 plus half of that, 220, 6600. C will get 45. 45 into 150, which will be from the options we can see 6750. Hence option A becomes the answer. Again, time is given, money is given, though the money investment is changing. Conceptually not very difficult. The only thing is calculation might take a bit of time. So the attempt time goes up to 2.5, 3 minutes, and therefore calling it a moderate level question. A and B started a business by investing 36,000, 45,000 respectively. After 4 months, B withdraws 4/9 of his investment. 5 months after, he again invested. After that, he again invested 11/9 of his original investment. If the total earned profit at the end of the year is rupees 117240, 117240, then who will get more money as a share of profit and by how much? If you look at A and B, the ratio of their investments is 36/9. Should we take 36 is to 45? Let's start with this. After 4 months, so this is for the first 4 months time. After 4 months, B withdraws 4/9 of his investment. 4 by 9 of 45 will be 20. So if 20 is withdrawn, A remains at 36, B comes down to 25. 5 months after that, he again invested 11 by 9 of his original investment. 11 by 9 of original investment, 45 will be 55. This happened after 5 months. 55 plus 25 becomes 80. A remains at 36. So this for the entire year, now 3 months are left. So for the remaining 3 months. So for A, the investment will be 36 into 12. 36 for the entire 12 months. 36 into 12 will be 360 plus 72, which is 432. For B, it will be 45 into 4 plus 25 into 5 plus 80 into 3. 45 into 4 will be 180. 25 into 5 will be 125. 80 into 3 will be 240. So 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 545. So B's share will be 545. So basically the share of A is to B will be 432 is to 545. Clearly from here we know that who gets more money, B will get more money. By how much? Again, the difference between 545 and 432 is 545 minus 432. This will be 113. And therefore, the extra money that B will get will be 113 upon 545, 432, which is 779. 113,977 of 117240. This will give us the answer. So if we try to divide 117240 by 977, 977 ones are 977 5 9 15 21 195 1954. 977 into 2 will be 14 4 1 5 1 1954. So this will come out to 120 essentially. And therefore, this cancels out to 120. Now 120 into 113 is the difference. The answer has to end in 6. The non-zero number has to be 3 2s are 6. So 13560. But again, multiply 113 into 12, for example, will be 1130 plus 226, 13560. Therefore, B with an extra amount of 113560, 113,560 is the extra amount that B will get, and that becomes the answer, option C. Again, the only problem with this question could be investment. Uh, Investment will not be the problem. The problem could be exact time to be taken and the fact that calculation is involved, so the calculation time might increase. Therefore, I'm saying a moderate question, about 2.5 minutes required to solve the question. If you look at the overall analysis, so as I said initially, overall moderate level of difficulty. Mostly the problem here was calculation rather than concept. Good attempt, therefore, would be 6, especially if you're trying to catch up with time for this test. Ideal time, as I said, 21 to 24 minutes to go through the questions and get a 6 net answers from out of 10. Which questions could have been looked at? For me, the questions that I would have looked at would have been 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10. Which are these questions? This one definitely very easy numbers, no change in investment, basic ratio. So 1 would have done this as well because there was again no change in investment and the investments and time were mentioned there for this one. Since this I might have left. Uh, this question again, investment was not given. So in partnerships, I'm generally saying when the investment and time is given, those are the easier questions, and therefore instead of 4, maybe going with question number 5. Because here the numbers were easier, it was just in the ratio 2 and 1. So 5, 6 definitely, because I've done a question like this earlier as well. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Again, since the ratio of A plus C in both the cases was 5, therefore this became a doable question. Otherwise, it could have been a problematic question. But if I look at 8 and 9, they were very similar questions. So choosing one of them and then looking at 2 because then looking at 10 because there were only 2 people in 10. So the calculation time will be lesser than question number 8 or 9. And therefore, probably my attempt would be 1, 2, 5, 6, 1 of 8 or 9, and then 10.